So another thing I forgot to mention, which I really wish people consider these things too. I mean, yeah, it's great having the CDC say, "Oh, you don't need to wear masks anymore," but okay, let's think about this first. More than half the human population have health problems, right? I'm one of them. If anybody ever watched the videos before now, asthma. Asthma sucks. You know, it's pretty devastating actually. So, considering the fact that Omicron variant of COVID is 40% more lethal than actually 40 times more lethal than the flu, which landed me in the hospital in the ICU for 4 days. Suffocated for almost suffocated for 6 total. So, yeah, it'd be nice if people actually consider those who actually have underlying health conditions and would wear masks, especially if they're sick. So, regardless of what the CDC says, be courteous, please. Be respectful. Have some sort of moral responsibility to take care of those around you who are more susceptible to illness. You know, wear one. Be like the Asian countries, which I really appreciate. When anybody's sick, they put a mask on so they don't spread their diseases or germs or bacteria viruses around anybody else. Wow. Thanks for being courteous. I really wish Americans would be. Some still do wear them, which is great, but it'd be nice if more would. Like, there are 330 million not Americans, 330 million people who have asthma. 28 to 29 million people have cancer out there. What was it 785 million people have diabetes? Yeah, I mean, again, I can just spout off all these numbers for people who have debilitating, chronic, acute diseases who suffer a lot because of, the illnesses. Unfortunately, my mom just got COVID, which is really sad. She was fine because she's always had a robust immune system, but her husband, he's one of those prime candidates for dying from it, which I don't know why it took him so long to wisen up to get the COVID vaccine. Oh, yeah, he lives in Arizona and he's white Republican. Anyways, not everybody's like that, of course, but, a lot of Arizonans just don't even give a shit. I've been out there many, many times, and they look at me like I'm some alien wearing a mask, which, kind of always felt like an alien anyways, but anyways, he's one of those guys he's a diabetic, he has a pacemaker, he has hypertension, that means high blood pressure, high cholesterol, he's obese, looks like he's, octuplets in his stomach, but, I mean, come on, this guy has a host of health problems, and if you don't think most people have health problems of some sort, well, I don't know what time period you're living in, but in the modern day and age, so many people have these problems. What my chiropractor, who's also a neurologist, said that 40% of Americans are morbidly obese. Wow. Not only that, 41% are obese. So that means 81% of Americans are overweight. That's pretty astounding factor too, and that contributes to having complications from COVID as well. And not only that, a lot of people, even if you don't suffer from severe symptoms, like guys, for example, 10 to 20% of them can be impotent, lose their libido. Yikes! That sucks. Like, I have a sex drive even if you're 25 years old. Oh, how sad. Not only that, but cardiac diseases, cardiac problems. Neurological problems too. It decreases your gray matter in your brain. Actually, pretty alarming rate as well. So what was it? The study was like up to 2% reduction ever since COVID's been out. 2 years. That's not long at all. And you know how many times this virus has mutated? 12,700 times it has mutated in 2 years, with 4,000 variants. Yeah. So if you don't think another one's gonna come that's even more lethal than the last one, I don't know what to tell you, because it will. And there's a nice population of deer out there, which people need to stop culling these animals like they did with minks at the beginning of the pandemic, and hamsters now, which is really freaking sad, which actually, they might have been spared. I don't know. I didn't check it up recently, but still, they are primed to get butchered because of them having COVID, which is ridiculous. Most animals have coronaviruses in them anyways. So, yeah, a lot of animals are catching COVID, but doesn't mean you're going to get it as well. But, you might. But still, the transfer from the deer to humans is possible. Does it mean you should kill all white-tailed deer? Hell no. That's ridiculous. Just be safe. Be sensible, please, for crying out loud. Just think about all the people out there who suffer because of those who think nothing about going to public anymore and sneezing and coughing and blah blah blah. I've seen it. It's disgusting. Like, I usually just run the opposite direction. You know, I mean, again, I'm one of those people who suffers when I get sick. Has anybody ever been bedridden with a cold for 6 days? Yeah, I can barely move. That sucked. I don't know why. I have always had a weak constitution, apparently, so I'm not the only person out there like that. And it's awful when people just, whatever, but you, come on, just be decent, please, crying out loud. But not only that, not only think about people and their health, think about those medical people that are still enduring this after so long. I mean, come on. I can't believe more haven't quit. Beginning of the pandemic, 500,000 of them quit. Doctors, nurses, they saw this coming. They're like, wow, what a nightmare. I'm not going to be part of this. I'm going to be a truck driver like this one nurse was. Or I'm going to go do something else entirely different, which I never thought it'd be because I spent most of my life in school learning how to do this stuff. And now they're just quitting in droves. I don't even know. I mean, I hand it to them. My heart goes out to them still. Even poor Michael, he still endures this all the time. Every single day, and it's not just COVID. It's everything else that comes in there as well. So you got to think about all these other health problems that people have and never going to let up. There's always going to be a job in the medical field, but they just get hounded all the time. And, it's just so sad. There are maybe even more now. 8,000 doctors in active patient care for dementia. Man, that breaks my heart here now. They deserve so much more, and they lose sleep, and they have these outrageous schedules, just try to take care of people and cover other people and whatever, and then they suffer for it eventually, for using their mind to have them help you in your bodily harm and whatever else is going on with you, your chronic diseases and stuff, and then they eventually lose their own mind because of the workload that they have to deal with. How sad. How sad. Like, who's going to be there when you need them the most? Who is going to be there to help you with your problems when they're in active patient care or they're quitting because they just can't handle this anymore? There's only so much. People are only resilient up to a point, just like the environment, and they just keep getting pushed to that brink. They need reforms too. Hospitals need to stop understaffing them. They need to pay them more. They need to pay them better. Work on these schedules where they're not like worked to the bone and then hardly have any time for their own lives to live outside of the hospital with their friends or families. Poor Marco. He works the night shifts. So when he's released during the day, he can hardly sleep. Yeah. That poor man, he's probably going to get dementia too unless something changes, just like anybody else who works these outrageous... I'm going to get myself an aneurysm thinking about it. My head already hurts. It's not just from the environment, it's from this too. My brain's going to explode. Oh, might have a doctor to take care of me when I need one? I don't know. I did when I was younger. Luckily I haven't been there a long time, but I don't know. I hope so. We need to take care of all these people who've taken care of us for as long as they have been. They need our help. So please, help advocate for better conditions for them to work in and better, more manageable workloads. As we've seen, what COVID has pulled back the veil on, they deserve a lot more than they've been receiving. Especially when it comes to respect from patients or, their employers anyways. They're not dispensable. They go to school for most of their lives. You think you can just replace them easily? Nope. Definitely not. We need to take care of them too, folks.